Right.
People who listen,
I say that again.
people who listen to this recording are just going to be like, wow, the whole meeting lasted 9 minutes. So what I was saying is that I have quite a lot of experience of collaborative writing and editing with clients, and you all probably do too. And it's a real undertaking. And this is looking really good. Like it's really has substance and it's almost done. Is that what I said before?
Yeah, that's basically what you said.
Okay. Basically, go team. This is,
Yeah.
this is really fine. And again, there's stuck points like this. And often I step away, or my client and I step away and come back, and it's fine. We could, we do want to check this off and be done, but we could circle back and like have this be a very brief thing.
Mm.
Today was the meeting for people to come who really wanted to like do this, right? And only a few people came. So not many people want to do this. Most people want to get maybe to the voting and the actions and other things. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
But you volunteered to lead this meeting.
Yeah. Well, I'm also the dingus that's like that feels like this is really important, before you race off and do all the other fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could just like leave it and people could vote, and we could set an intention which is probably a good idea, to really like look at this again in a year.
Mm.
And by then we're probably going to know exactly what words we want in there. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about on, talking about the farm. I mean, we've got to get to where we want to be first before we can be the farm, right? Before we can
exactly.
farm it out. So
right.
Yeah, and your mission, you're going to evolve, and you do have to look at your strategic planning every year, and that includes your mission and your vision. So yeah, it makes sense. So maybe that is good. Maybe we just get it to this, and then even if in 6 months we went, hey, that doesn't even fit anymore, we need to relook at it, review it again. That's okay.
Mm.
Because we've evolved into something that, we've decided we want to be collectively and through empowerment.
Yeah. And we may even want to choose like a title for this page that reflects that what was that word I used a few meetings ago? Emergent. Right? This is our emergent purpose statement. It is not the end result forever definitive purpose statement.
Yeah, it's pretty good what you wrote. I mean, I'm reading your new blue statement at the
The new
bottom.
one. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like,
On the mission?
on the purpose, the freaking purpose.
Okay.
Freaking purpose. Yeah. I mean, you kind of got both of them in. I mean, you really, it's like the purpose is to create new models. And to create new models that collectively empower us, collab. I mean, if you were just to say to create a new model of working together, collaborative model of working together, I guess I just think that collective empowerment is something that
I got it in there. See?
You did get it in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's think about it. Read this statement and decide if you want to join the group. Is this the group you want to be in?
Yeah. Probably any of these, I'd be like, oh, that sounds good.
You join each one and schedule your week full of meetings.
I would probably join each one. I would go to each one and say, hey, can we all come together and form one big group?
Right.
And then we'd work on the collective purpose statement for a year of all those.
Right. And by then you'd be pulling your hair out and you'd say, I'm never looking at a computer again. I'm going to go raise chickens.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise chickens. I have a new purpose.
Artificial farm.
Grow food,
Grow
raise
food.
chickens. All right, I do have like this. If we're gonna look at this new blue one here,
I like it.
the I think the only thing is to me it's not, the purpose isn't to operate, it's to create it or
Mm.
co-create it, right? Like,
Mm.
But we've done that already.
you mean we've created a holistic ecosystem of freelancers, et cetera, dedicated to collective empowerment resources in a way that transcends competitive models? Have we transcended competitive models?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've transcended.
Where's the $1 million in our bank where we have like a fund manager like making us rich?
Okay, that part we haven't done. Okay, I'm just trying to answer, and I know, Kim, you have a different definition, which I also cannot wrap my head around. So why does HSC exist? Okay, purpose. It exists to operate as a holistic ecosystem of freelancers, blah, blah, blah. Now, does HSC exist to create? Again, that would be like the farm
I
thing,
like
right?
it. I think that what Saya's saying is I like it because you have already created. I mean, we're
As-
here. We're here. What if we're not part of that creation? What are we? You created it. We've created it. It's been co-created. It's just now we're giving it the
Yeah.
life.
Okay.
Right.
I actually missed the as. That does change it a little bit. To operate as. I read it as to operate a holistic ecosystem. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. That's a different meaning.
Yeah. I mean, it could even be to be a holistic ecosystem of freelancers dedicated to collective empowerment and resources. I mean, it exists. Yeah,
To be.
to be
Mhm.
a holistic ecosystem, to operate as a holistic
I
ecosystem,
like to be. That sounds more purposeful.
to
To be.
be a holistic system of freelancers dedicated to, I don't know.
Man, maybe not.
Why does HSC exist?
See you soon. Have a meeting.
Why?
Oh, bye, Basil.
Bye, Basil.
To
To
I mean, operate sounds so dry. I agree, but
there is something where it's like to develop, like to develop, to, because I guess there's something to me in like it's the continual creative process, you know,
right.
to like we're creating this thing to, right, but I get it. If you just put create, then that means like it's like we're saying, oh well, we have to make this thing, we're not there, and when do we
We're
get
not
there,
that
right?
thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, we're not raising chickens. We're gonna go teach them how to raise chickens. Or something.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah, but like we're doing it now. It's true. I get
Right.
what you're saying. Like we are doing it now, but we're also like, you know, in the sort of in this ongoing creation process. So right. So how do we say that? So the purpose. Why do we exist? We exist to, I mean, you could say to co-create, because to me that word co-create is it's an that it sort of has that ongoing, I don't know, it has that ongoing aspect.
Oh.
We exist to co-create a holistic ecosystem, you know, and then it's sort of, I don't know, you know, it's sort of like, okay, well, we're co-creating it, but then we're always, if I'm co-creating something, I'm always co-creating it. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see too.
I put some ideas in a little note here. I don't know if you saw
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's, create, operate as, sustain as, or to sustain a holistic ecosystem, to thrive as a holistic ecosystem, freelancers, etc.
We could just combine, we could put them both in to create and operate.
It already exists. HSC exists to collectively empower freelancers. Okay, exists. It exists as a holistic system. Collective empowerment. It exists. What's your definition again, Kim?
I don't know.
I just want to try it on. Oh, but it's a different purpose. Yeah, okay. The purpose.
I was just saying the purpose is like how you get to your vision. I was trying to connect them all.
Right. Your purpose.
And I only did that because you guys said, if your mission is what you do, your vision is what you want to do, where you want to be, your mission is what you do to get there. So what's your purpose?
Purpose is why to do it.
Yeah, got it.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's why. Ugh. Brain went fuzzy again. Yeah, there might just be a lot of energy. We're moving here anyways, collectively. And
oh, and then we have collective empowerment again. But anyways, we could collectively empower again, but we could collectively empower a holistic ecosystem of freelancers, right? So this becomes like the circle of all of us is collectively has collective empowerment. I'm not sure if it really works, but it helps me with the like, we are a framework. We're making that non-traditional framework, which we have later. Maybe it's just not necessary here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're sort of like we're trying to figure out how to say what we're like.
What if we steal the word foster? And what if we steal foster? What if we foster up here? And down here we don't foster space. We do some other verb.
To foster that's,
I mean,
that is a word that sort of can encompass all of that.
Yeah, it's nurturing and intentional, and it's happening. It's an ongoing action. It's not a one-off. It's not create in the future. It's like to foster. It's already on.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop. Foster a holistic ecosystem of, all right, yeah.
And then down here, we're not going to foster. We're going to do something else that transcends traditional competitive
empowerment resources.
models.
Transcends traditional competitive models. I mean, you could say creating a space where mutual support and shared success.
Over here.
Yeah, because what we're doing is we're fostering, and that creates the space.
Right.
Or creates
and we're not, it's mutual, really. It's all the same. Not one without the other. But all right, peeps. I think we got to ring a bell on that one. It's pretty good. To foster a
ecosystem. Foster dedicated to collective empowerment resources in a way. Yeah, dedicated to. Now, might it be, I mean, dedicated to collective empowerment and sharing resources in a way? Because if we're saying dedicated to collective empowerment, or, oh, you mean
Oh, yeah.
collective resources. I get it. So dedicated to like collective empowerment and collective
No, you're right.
resources.
That's kind of a problem there. Yeah.
Yeah, there needs to like,
Because up here it was combine their talents and resources.
oh yeah.
Why? So, I mean, we could just scratch resources, collective
Well-
empowerment in a way that transcends, because we talk a lot about sharing, Skillshare, blah, 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 in the other statements,
Yeah.
especially in the mission.
Dedicated to, yeah, you have a point. As much as I love sharing resources, it is more of a how than a
why.
why. Yeah.
Yep.
As much as I'm a big resource sharing person. Right, who seek to combine their talents and right in a way that transcends traditional competitive models, right, which in itself has, you know, the like sharing and resource sharing. Mutual support and shared success are the foundations of work. Yeah. And then the vision has, I think the vision, has to, I just want to make sure we look at that, and that has like that ikigai aspect,
Okay.
because we have empower, we have, right, the life's meaningful work, unlock their full potential, create, like, okay, so if this, I'm just going to bring this down here to the
I mean,
vision.
isn't this,
Let me just, I just want to, yeah, I want to just make sure it is in there.
okay.
I just haven't, yeah, I haven't looked at the vision in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. You go ahead.
Right, because you can say it different ways. But I do think that's where then yeah, that has to be like very vision, the vision. Envisioning a world collaborative, regenerative, decentralized models of business are the societal norm. Where people have their basic needs met. All right, liberating them to redefine the landscape of work.
That might not be necessary. But because we've already just redefined the landscape of work right here. And we want people to have their basic needs met, not just so they can redefine the landscape of work, just because it should be that way.
Yeah.
I mean, so if anything, I would say we've covered that.
Yeah. Wait, you mean we've covered the ikigai part?
No, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I do think we've covered the ikigai, but now I'm nitpicking something else.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see. All right, we've thriving. I just right, because we covered it here. Enables each individual to actualize their potential past life's work.
Yep.
Life's purpose. Like that's, I don't know. That's it. And I think, again, I feel like, like you were saying, I feel like there's a lot of energy that people have for that ikigai, meaning, that like how we're, the vision or how we're getting there is like, through like this way where everyone has their, like, everyone has that ability to like, unlock unlock their full potential.
Yeah.
To create positive change in the world. There's something, I don't know, there's something there that.
Yeah. My understanding of ikigai is it is this individual actualized personal potential, life's purpose and contribution, like that what the world needs, what I can give, and blah blah blah, that I have that I'm at the center of that Venn diagram, right?
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
seems really well described here. I think this encapsulates it. Unlocking their full potential, it's a little jargon, right? It's a little new age.
I see. All right. So let me, yeah, take a look. It just feels, it also feels very far down in the regenerative societal norm where people. I'm also not sure what liberating them to redefine the landscape of work. Yeah. Thriving.
That's the part I think we can do without, because we've covered it at the beginning here. We've just decentralized, we've just revolutionized business right here.
Yeah.
We don't need to also then liberate them to redefine work. We're going to change the business world and make sure people have their basic needs met.
Yeah.
They're going to have their basic needs met because they deserve it, not so that they can then liberate themselves to define their work. It's so that they can have their ikigai, their creativity, their family systems, their everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all great. It's all good stuff. It's just that I think
Sure.
it's
Well, maybe, yeah, then maybe we're both in agreement that we can cut that phrase, the liberating them to redefine the landscape of work. Yeah, because we do already have it. Like it's
yeah. And then if you permit me, I'd lose the colon here because no longer necessary.
okay. All right, let me just.
Or it's an and. We envision a world where collaborative, regenerative, and decentralized models of business are a societal norm, comma, and where people have their basic needs met. And then the next sentence is like ikigai spelled out. It's great.
Yeah, in an ecosystem that
Well,
humanity
I don't think you need
thriving.
Go ahead, Kim.
I don't think you need and. I think you can just get rid of the semicolon.
Okay.
Because world and where go together. Where modifies world, so.
Where we have where
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
envision a world, yeah,
Actualize
we envision a
their-
world where
Actualize
collaborative,
their
regenerative, and
potential,
decentralized models of business are decided. Oh, and I see what you're saying, and,
Right?
and,
Yes.
I think, okay,
We don't need where twice.
no.
Great. Sounds good to me. It looks great.
yeah, there's passion, purpose.
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of
what
positive
about
change in here,
what's
right?
that?
There's a lot of positive change in here.
Yeah,
There's collaborative, regenerative, decentralized models of business. People have their basic needs met. That's a huge amount of positive change. People are thriving in achieving their full potential, and they're contributing to an equitable and sustainable future. That is all the positive change.
You're like, this is chock full of positive change.
It is, and very specifically, we don't have to say positive change in general. We've said specifically what change we envision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Each individual to actualize their potential passion. Yeah, I hear you. I got you. I mean, yeah, and maybe we see how, because I think this vision statement is also speaking to and maybe it's it's just it has the vision statement is also speaking to like kind of these both of these aspects that that seem to be like in there, you know, which is like, you know, here we're saying, you know, the collective empowerment, you know, and a new model of working, you know, a new model.
Yeah.
And then here we're kind of saying the same thing, you know, we're saying like, this is our collective empowerment, you know, comes from the ability of, you know, like, you know, is everybody to be able to like be enabled, right? And that's a
Right.
good word, you know, Kim. Kim did a great job on these. Thank you, Kim, by the
Really
way.
good.
Like really good. And I had nothing. So Kim, thank you. You talk about collaboration. You came in right when we needed you.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I know I have a lot of thoughts and suggestions, but it's my great privilege to come second or third or 10th or whatever on really good material. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
a process. Thank you.
Yeah, but I think that's what I'm saying, you know, right? Enabling, right? This ikigai aspect is also going along with the second aspect, which is, you know, there's different models of doing business. You know, and who knows, maybe there, you know, there's a way to tighten it up. Because basically what we're saying is there's a different model of business that's, you know, that is based upon all individuals being enabled to actualize their potential.
Right. Right. Uh,
And maybe,
yeah.
no, yeah, no, go ahead. I mean, maybe it gets tightened up later, you know, if necessary.
You want this to be tighter?
Potentially, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But maybe, you know, we let it breathe for now. And
Okay.
I mean, you know, it's all, right now we have 3 and they are all like pretty tight.
I mean, I've seen mission statements that are 5 paragraphs long.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of organizations, a lot.
Yeah, I know. And
That doesn't include the vision and the purpose. That's just the mission statement.
I know. I've written ones like
So
that
this
too. I think
amazingly
sometimes,
good.
I think I don't know that they're as effective, honestly. I think you can
right.
yeah. I think once you get that long, it's sort of like you get to the end, you're like, wait, what are we doing?
Right. Right. No, these are
Yeah.
great. These are great.
Well,
Yeah.
they can be tightened up if, you know, but let's put them out there. And I mean, what's the next step? Just putting it like to a discussion again with everyone, and then you would go into a voting situation, or did they?
We are the final voice on this.
Oh,
No
okay.
one
Okay.
can touch these until a year from now. They are
Okay. Okay. All right.
time
Well,
No,
okay.
these are really good. And just to say, right? And like I have, you know, like I have you know, one way to say it is, you know, perfectionistic tendencies. Another way to, you know, to say it, it's kind of, you know, is like I like to achieve at high levels, right? So yeah. So just to take all that, but I think we're doing really great here. I really appreciate all of this. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we just put it out to people and we say, hey, like, you know, let's vote on this. And we can just say, if anybody has like, you know, a really strong sort of idea or like, you know, pull for something coming in, then bring it in.
Yes.
Yeah. I think basically you know, the idea is we want to say like, you know, for everybody, like, hey, is this, you know, are you happy with this flag right now?
Mm-hmm.
Are you,
Right.
you know,
Right.
are you, you know, would
Is this an
you,
organization? Is this an organization you would join?
is this an organization you would join? All right. Wait, so now where are our final drafts? Is this
All right, I'm gonna, the latest are in blue, right? So I'm typing
not
to the top.
necessarily. Well, I think I mean I've been following. I think this is the latest in
Yeah. The blue,
purpose, right?
yeah, yeah, I think that's right.
And this is the latest in vision.
Mhm.
And then I think this was I think this here was the mission statement, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they're not all blue. So yeah, let's make them all something.
We should make them all purple
Not
or
purple?
gold.
Yeah, make 'em purple.
Purple.
Something that's different than any of the other current colors. Is all I'm
Rainbow.
saying.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe and I feel like yeah,
You need to go for a run.
I need
Yeah.
to.
Pardon my intrusion. I see that you have a lot of energy. That's all I mean, as you've been saying.
Yeah. No doubt.
Sorry, don't scratch that if
forward.
it's totally the wrong vibe.
No, you're right. This is I mean, I go for a walk every day, so whether I
For a
run
walk.
on it or not but now is the time I need to do that. You're right.
Mm.
Whew. Lose some of that
Ooh,
energy.
good work. Good work,
Good work.
Papes. Yeah.
I
Thank
literally,
you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Kim.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for your
for
work.
being on. Yeah.
Keep your work, and I'm glad
Yeah,
I
thanks
found-
for staying, coming in the second wave. Thank
Yeah.
you, Saya, for
Being
hanging
here
in.
till-
It's fun. It's brain candy for me.
Yeah, it is fun. Now that I feel like we've gotten to a great landing place. Now I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm having fun. But it's also good to, it's like, oh, okay, this is how it would be to work with Saya or Kim on a
That's true.
word, language, written content kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice test for working together,
Right.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it went well, and it went quickly. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go run with my dogs.
Oh, nice. Have a great time.
Nice.
Okay,
I'm just gonna
all right.
run.
See ya.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
run.
we'll run and play.
And as usual, just to share for all of us, and as usual, I have had my aspirations. No, where's our meeting notes? Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Aspirations for what we could do in 2 hours exceeded what the reality was. I'm like, all right. It took 2.5 to do this, and then oh yeah, we'll discuss governance and voting, and we'll talk about all these things.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'll just add a little note for people who read the notes so they're not confused. And then
love it.
they can so pretty much the notes are in the distillation doc. It's pretty much.
Yeah, I can yeah, they're in there, but we can also, I think, put them. I think what I would do now is put them in a like have the distillation docs, that way people can go and see and can reference everything. But maybe we put those 3 in their own doc now. And then we
Yeah,
could have
sure.
a link to the distillation doc.
Yeah.
Just in the sense of like moving forward. Yeah.
Just a quick operations note about that 416 Skillshare.
Yeah.
Zoe won't be around. I won't be there. It's school vacation week. And Zoe was like, it'd be great if there was no Skillshare so that I don't have to miss it. And I feel the same way. So it could be that there's not a lot of momentum for that. It could be that someone who's available runs like a co-working meeting for people who do want to show up and connect a little bit and then get stuff done in their own quadrants.
Yeah.
But that is what there is. There is nothing planned.
Yeah. That was sort of my sense as well. That's why I wanted to put it in there. Yeah, my sense was like maybe there just doesn't need to, that there's not a lot of energy for a Skillshare there. So maybe
It's not,
maybe we just put like it could just be a community meeting.
I wouldn't run a
Or
community meeting. I mean,
co-working. Yeah, you just think like go for that co-working meeting or
I think so. I mean,
okay.
partly because we're in that like 1 week on, 1 week off cycle, and might be nice to stick with that. And give a little like breath between the cooperative meetings, like give space for something else, even if it's not the Skillshare in the way we've been doing.
Yeah. I think that sounds great. So,
Yeah.
And it also, goes like there's, you're like, there's been a lot of support for Get It Done Day and co-working party and all that. So
People are excited about it. Again, I'm not available at that window, or I would definitely easily run a co-working.
Yeah.
So
All right.
me
No, that sounds good. I think we can just, we can just try it. It doesn't need, like I can facilitate it or anybody, if somebody else sort of gets a bug to do that.
Okay.
Because it's really just like, hey, let's all sort of join together and, and like co-work. Oh, I'm not,
Right.
I see. I'm sharing the wrong screen, so I'm not referencing that. But
That's
I was
okay.
working on this.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm typing in the meeting notes.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's great. I think it's a good idea. Next week's, yeah, I have myself down for writing next week's email, right? Because it's my Skillshare. And
Yeah, that's great.
and then you can send, and then basically I think maybe I can have the Skillshare, but then also just like the separate piece of second piece of news would just be announcing like that we've got the statements, the drafts ready. And I don't know, people can vote on them. I guess that's something we also have to decide, which we don't need to do now, is like who gets a vote.
I know, right? Yeah. It's an interesting point to be like a new organization where among the few of us who are showing up regularly, we don't need a formal decision-making structure. We're basically consenting without formally doing it.
Yeah.
Right? I make a suggestion, you nod your head. You make a suggestion, I nod my head. Someone makes a suggestion and it gets tweaked a little bit, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we do have a group decision-making process, but it's just, it's
right.
like, it's like
It's
when you have small
articulated.
groups, it's like in a family or in a, group of
Right.
friends. Where are we going to go to dinner tonight?
Right.
So, but there is something that feels nice about like, at least having some officiality, to these.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't even have to do that now. I mean, it'd be nice if, at some point they're on the Dow, but maybe, I mean, in the simplest way, what I was thinking was like anybody gets a vote, because essentially how it's been working is like, we just say, who wants to do this? Who wants to write? And the people who are interested in
Right.
voting are going to vote, and nobody else is. And then that just means like, okay.
Right. Right.
So
okay.
how's that
This is
sound?
fine.
Yeah.
That sounds fine. I really like this sort of lighthearted, like, is this an organization you would join? Like, would you like give this a thumbs up? Like kind of
That's
lighthearted, like
good.
voting sounds so official, or Will you sign
Yeah.
off on this? Sounds so official, which it is official, but it's also fun,
Yeah.
essentially.
I like that. I'm gonna make a note. Thank you. That's good. That's
You know, and I just it sort of it ties into one of those voting systems, you know, but you know, we could say like, would you give this 2 thumbs up or 1 thumbs up? Or like the big giant thumbs up?
yeah.
Or 1 up, 1 down? Or are you indifferent? I mean, I just whatever, just like I mean, I don't want to get any thumbs down, so I don't even want to ask, but like,
Is
you
this an
know,
organization you
be
would want to
fair.
join? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can be like I like that, and I think you got it. You hit that the energy of it, and like, is this an organization you would want to join? You know, which is like, do you like these?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah.
like,
Are
yeah,
you good enough with these? You know, like, you know, good enough is great. You know.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think that's good, and yeah. I mean, Newman sort of like encapsulated probably what what most folks would say, I think, which is like he's like, yeah, I think they're fine as is. Let's move on. And that was
right.
before we
Right.
had our whole session and really got it deep into
Right.
it.
Right. I mean, we could make a really funny voting poll where that's one of the like buttons people can select. You know, we could select a whole bunch of buttons to be like, would you fly this flag? Is this an organization you would join? Are you fine with this? Is it good enough? Let's move on. Do you hate
Yeah,
it? You know, like hopefully nobody hates it. You
yeah. Right. Yeah, and have those little buttons. Yeah, exactly.
know, it'd be super funny. God,
And
I'm not even
yeah,
caffeinated, but I feel a little punchy or something. I have a little bit of a cold. Maybe it's messing with my head.
that's good. That's the energy that came in where I wrote that little section about my email marketing. That was all so silly.
That's exactly how it was. Yeah. It is this energy. So funny.
Yeah.
All right. I should sign off though, because I've overdone my quota of time at my desk and I'm doing my best to have good practices around that. As fun
Yes.
as it is. So thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
helping us cross the threshold.
Yeah.
It's really like I couldn't have done it without you. I mean, there is no
Oh,
doing it without you, you and all of us, but I couldn't have done it without you.
yeah. Likewise. All right.
Okay.
Bye, Rob. Take care. Talk to you
All
soon.
right. You too.